What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As I promised, we're going to actually go through the PDI process of the 2020 Corvette. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. Turn on your bell notifications. We're going to have more videos coming. And so I'm with my buddy Brandon here. He is going to be doing all of the inspection, kind of guide us through it. I've actually never seen a PDI process, so I'm really excited to be learning that as we go. He's going to tell us what's going on. We're going to do the Pdi Drive as well, and we'll go from there. So stick around. So the first thing we're doing is a Pdi Drive. So Brandon's going to be driving here. Super excited. This is actually the first time doing this. We're going to turn around to get out of here. Backup camera. This is part of the dealership I never get to show you guys. Here's the shop. Super exciting. This is where all the magic happens. Now, what mode are we in?
We are in sport mode right now.
Sport mode, alright. Got a nice speed bump here. Don't even need the lift on that one, though. So, how far do we normally drive on these?
A few miles. Make sure everything's working good on it. Transmission shifts good. There's no weird noises, anything going on with the engine or anything like that.
Which is back there, for those of you who may not know. Double pane glass there kind of helps cut down the noise and everything from the engine, heat, anything else you might feel. So we're in Amherst, Ohio, for those of you who are first-time viewers. We actually still have allocations left, so if you are trying to find one, we've had people calling in from Texas, Chicago, and I believe we have somebody from the Carolinas is putting one in today as well. So look at this side mirror. I don't know if you guys know this, but this side is actually sits out 2 inches further than on the driver's side. This is a 2LT. The Bose, so it comes standard with 10 speakers. This one with the 2LT package gets 14. How's it feeling there, Brandon?
Pretty good so far.
You gonna buy one?
If I had the money.
So you're in manual mode?
Yeah.
Doing the paddle shifting?
Yeah.
I was actually limited for the first, was it the first 500 miles? It's limited to 4,000 RPMs max.
And after that, it would go up to, I believe, 6.
After that, it goes up to 6, you said?
Yeah, I believe so.
So it's kind of during a break-in period. Don't want to drive at any one consistent speed, no full throttle starts, and hard braking. You just kind of want everything to allow itself to easily break in for that little bit, and then you can have fun with it. Dairy Queen, I think we should go through the drive-thru. Do you drive it in manual mode the whole time, or just for part of it?
Just part of it, just making sure that it shifts good.
Okay. You guys check that out back there again. Hard to get in there. It's a small window. This does have the rear camera mirror. I'm going to mess with that a little bit, Brandon. There we go, so you guys can see. Because obviously that window is very small. So put that in there. You can make it brighter, dimmer. You can zoom in, zoom out, change the angle of it. We're just trying to find an Amherst cop so we can speed past them. That's all we're trying to do right now. That's all the point of this drive is, really. No, just kidding. When we got it, it actually already had 9 miles on it, which is a little bit higher than normal, I thought. But I'm assuming because this is the first round, they were probably doing some quality inspections and stuff like that. Do you know more about that?
I know that normally when we get these off the truck, there's around maybe no more than 3 miles on it. That's just enough from the factory to the truck to us, and anything else in between. These here, I would imagine, would go through a bit more drive cycles and make sure everything's good on it before it does go on the truck. So even just those extra 5 miles can tell, hey, this thing is we need to spew out oil, or no, it's good. So,
Got it. Just make sure nothing's been tampered with on the truck too.
Yeah.
You know, they're pretty straight from the. It sounds like they're pretty straight from the factory to the dealership. So there's not really downtime in between.
Yeah.
But the truck this came on actually had some drops on Tuesday, and then we got ours on Wednesday. So there was an overnight somewhere, but I don't know how that worked. If you guys are trying to get an allocation, make sure you give me a call at 440-988-4444. Just ask for me, Ken Birdsall, or my manager Jason is doing all the actual orders. But make sure you reference me in there too. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's a really good pizza place over here. I think we should stop. Alright, so we're almost back to the dealership. Actually, Brandon and I were just talking about how much room there is down here. I'm in the passenger seat, and I mean, this kind of is a little bit, it's actually not too bad for spacing, climate controls. Right back there is where the magic happens for most of the videos. But yeah, lots of legroom. I mean, I'm not super tall. I'm like 5'10", 5'9", somewhere in there.
I mean, I'm 6'3", and I fit in here. I fit in here pretty good.
Very comfortable. I know that was a big thing before. People always said, "Oh, it's not, it's not made for big people," but there's more travel room on the seat on this generation, and it's coming back around. There's our service manager. We'll run him over. No, just kidding. John's a great guy. We'll keep him.
For now.
Wave, John. And we're back. Get it up on the lift so we can do the inspection of everything else, make sure everything's right. I'm assuming we'll check things like tire pressure and all that good stuff. Oop, get out of his way. This is a tricky part, getting those arms because of how low that clearance is. Getting these plates in the right place so that they can go underneath. Like that. And it's in neutral right now, so it'll roll back very gently. And we'll get the rear ones on too. Say hi, Jason.
Hey, how you doing?
And John. Woo! So normally when you open up the trunk hood, whatever you want to call this thing that covers the engine, it goes to this height, and then you can actually push it up a whole nother foot, is it, Jason, right?
About a so, yes.
About a foot. Gives you better access into the engine. Especially for somebody tall like Brandon here. It gives them a lot more room to work, make it easier. He's going to be inspecting everything as we go around. Alright, so I did a battery check. I'm going to top off the fluids here. For windshield washer fluid. You got brake fluid behind there, but do we need to check that, or?
Yeah, all fluids get checked.
Everything gets checked, okay. Obviously it was braking while we were driving, which is a good thing. Making sure everything's topped off. Alright, so what are we looking for?
Any external leaks on it, make sure there's nothing major going on with it.
Okay, so checking for leaks. Make sure the engine's there. Looks like that. We'll mark that off.
Start off one more time to check the oil.
I gotta turn it on. Yes, that's right. This is a dry sump system, so it does have to be on, running, in order to check the oil level. Always sounds good. Alright, so where do we check that at? Right there?
Right next to the fuel cap.
Oh, nice. Right in the fuel cap, or the fuel cap there, you can see. Zoom in right there. Awesome placement. How are we? We good?
It's good.
All right.
Cool.
We've got some other accessories and parts that we're going to need to put in, but we'll go over that here in a little bit. It's going up even higher. Actually get to see underneath of this. This is going to be awesome. A lot of plates. A lot of plates. All right, Brandon, so what are we looking for under here?
Any leaks with the front two radiators, make sure everything's tight with the suspension, make sure there's no leaks going from front, back, make sure engine's nice and clean, transmission nice and clean, leak free. Obvious signs of damage from transportation from the factory.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. Coming off the truck, it's so low profile, trying to fit through. Wow, look at that. Incredible. I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing, looking for things. Hey, oil filter, I found something I know. Brandon said we are good to go here. Inspection is passed there. Now we get to put on accessories. Those usually come in the somewhere up in the front, some back here in the back trunk. See what all we got to put on here. All right, so all kinds of goodies. What are we looking at?
Oh, good lord, we have a lot of things. We have air dams, we have door stops, we have the center caps, includes any and everything.
All right.
Looks like this is the track mode.
So some of those are for just on track. See,
This is just for track.
just for track, which this guy's not going to be driving on a track, so
Yep,
we'll leave those. If he wants to have those put on, he can have them put on. The center caps we're talking about, I'll show you those in a second. Go on there. Where do those little things go?
These will go inside the doors, inside the latches.
Got like a little guard there.
Yeah.
Let's take a peek at what we're looking at here. So, it's here. Kind of snap on.
Yeah.
There they go. So covers. Pretty simple.
Yep.
Now those go underneath the front. Over here. After this, we'll do a Chevy Spark. It should be really exhilarating. Instructions, do we need those?
Actually, yes, because some go on first, some go on last.
Ah, this is a wise man right here, using the force.
That makes more sense. There we are.
Ah.
Yeah, it'll be like that.
There's a rear arrow guard, you said?
Yeah, arrow guard, wind dam.
Okay.
Either one is correct. It just helps to improve wind flow around the vehicle.
Wind flow aerodynamics, okay. There you have it. Alright, so we have the back one put on now that we put the front air dams on here. So you can see, like, on this side, it's pretty open. So to help protect and to give us some good or better aerodynamics, we'll be putting one on each side of the front. A little bit of a learning curve with the first Corvette being PDI'd, so as we go into more of these, it'll get a little easier, become more familiar. Getting the right angle, get some screws in there, hold that up. That'll give it a whole different look, even to the side. See that yesterday. That's actually pretty cool. Good look. Driver's side done? Yep. Alright. Look at that. And then we'll do the passenger side.
So many screws.
Some people are probably wondering, why isn't this put on at the factory? But if you look right here, just the angle coming off the truck, this could easily scrape, bottom out, damage it. Same for the rear. So when they're assembling these at the factory, they are taking everything into mind all the way to the dealership, and want to help protect your vehicle. So that's why we're doing this here today. Strap it down. As Brandon just said, we're going to put in the center caps, rear plate, and pretty much it. Alright, so for the center caps, I'm going to let Brandon do the first one. So, just like that. Going to pop in. I told him I want to do one, so if I mess this up, it's my fault. Here we go. It just kind of goes in, just like that. Look at that. That is one good looking wheel. Wow. Those of you who can't get all the way down to the ground, I'm going to see what it looks like at this level. Check the air pressure. How are we looking? What do these get? What kind of pressure do these get?
These go up to 30 psi.
30 psi, alright.
Same on the C7.
On the C7, alright, cool, same as the C7. That's good to know for those of you who are upgrading. Alright, so I almost forgot about the rest of the front splitter here. So it came in 3 pieces, you got to put them together. Some assembly required. Pretty simple though. Comes with everything you need. Alright, so we got to take all these out now. And then those same screws will go back in to hold that up. And there it is. Alright, so the finishing touch is to take the plate off that we used for the Pdi Drive, and we are going to put on our wonderful Spitzer plate. It'll come off probably later today or tomorrow anyway, but in the meantime, it'll look a little bit better until we get a temp tag on there. The customer is actually letting us keep this in the showroom for a little bit to show off to the folks, so it'd be nice to have on there. Good look. Don't forget, behind that plate is where you can put the key from the key fob that will open up the back so you can get into the engine compartment if you get locked out for some reason. And we are not putting the front plate on there. Technically it is required as of this date, the March 12th. In Ohio, it is required to have a front plate bracket on there, though most of them don't enforce that on the Corvettes. It is going away later this year in a couple months, so we're just not even going to put that on there for the guests. You definitely don't want to do anything to compromise that front end. It looks so good just as it is, so there we go. So we're just going to wrap up, get a little bit more paperwork to give to the service writers, and it'll be ready to go. We'll get it over to detail and get it back up to the showroom floor where it was, and get it ready. His paperwork is ready for him, so he should be up here pretty soon to sign for it, and super excited. We'll let him take it for a test drive too. And one last thing we forgot to do was the wheel locks. One lug nut on each wheel gets replaced with this different design with it. I actually have a key, and it helps protect these wheels from getting stolen, and then that should actually wrap it up. And that is the key, so you want to make sure you keep that in the car, so when they do oil changes, or for some reason if you get a flat thing, a rim is damaged or something, they need to take that out, and make sure that's in the car somewhere so the tech can get that off. All done, time to take it back up front. right, that wraps up the video for the first PDI process being done on our first 2020 Corvette. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications so you're notified about more videos that I'm going to be doing as we get more Corvettes in. Hopefully we'll have our Corvette showroom full by the end of this year. I don't know, a lot of them are going to be pre-sold, but they may hang out here for a little bit too. So again, if you are new, turn on those bell notifications, hit the subscribe button. Come back soon for more videos. You guys drive safe and have a great day.